Good morning and welcome to the start of live Musikfest coverage here on Service Electric. I am Jon Lunger, and I am pleased to be here to kick off with our preview of all of the fun things at Musikfest 2021 today. It's the best Monday of the year, the Monday where you should be calling in sick to work and coming to Musikfest. And we have all of the coverage you could possibly need here on Service Electric. Remember to check out senetwork.tv for the whole schedule, everything that's going on today. But right now, I'm thrilled to be joined with one of my favorite people that I've gotten to meet over the years as working part of Musikfest, Angela Ferry from PNC Bank, a proud sustaining partner of the fest for more years than I can count.
Yes, John. Yes. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
No, thank you for being here. We get to work together on some very fun projects.
We do.
Two jump to mind right away. One is, of course, Musikfest, where you all make it possible for us to give the best behind-the-scenes tips on what to eat at the festival. PNC Bank makes that happen. So I'm dying to know, what's your favorite fest food?
Oh, I have a lot of favorite fast foods, but I would have to say the fried butter might be my favorite
Fried butter?
food.
What? What on earth are you talking about? Fried butter?
Yes.
What's that like?
I've had it years ago, and
Okay.
it's just a whole lot of goodness. Fried.
Did you immediately take a nap under a tree somewhere, or?
I did. Yes.
Oh
yes.
my goodness.
Uh-huh.
Well, I'm blogging my way through the festival and all the things that I eat this year at musikfest.org/feast. It's powered by PNC.
Yes.
It's a lot of fun, and my waistline is very grateful, so I thank you for that.
Well, we're grateful because you highlight so many local community vendors, and we're just so happy that we could be a part of that.
Well, it's a great point, right? And certainly PNC has helped countless small businesses through the challenges of the last year. And the food vendors are a great example of those small businesses that are the backbone of the festival.
Yes.
And so it works out phenomenally. And it's just it's a good way to feel good about eating fried butter. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Right.
Yes.
The other project that you and I get to work on year-round is the planning and development of the Musikfest app powered by PNC. We've talked about it on the show literally every day because it is the best tool to maximize your music festing with, because you go on, you make your own schedule, you select everything, it's all there, and the only reason that we can pull that off is because you all stepped up to the plate and said, PNC wants to help make this happen.
Yes. We have been the sponsor powered by PNC since the inception of the app, and it's just such a great tool. It's all in one place. Festers can see the lineup, the map of the festival, if things are canceled, weather advisory. So it's a good thing that we could bring that to the thousands of people that enjoy Musikfest.
Yeah, it's every year there are more and more users, and everyone is catching on very quickly that is the way to make sure that you don't miss a darn thing at Musikfest.
Yes, absolutely.
So check it out. It is available for both iOS and Android devices. It is the official Musikfest app powered by PNC. Get it on your phone. Make your own schedule.
Absolutely.
That's literally
download it.
I'm working here every day, and it's how I keep myself straight. So I'm not just blowing smoke around. It is friggin' awesome.
It is. Yes.
But I know you got to get going because you're doing a very fun thing today that we're going to be premiering later on in the festival, towards the end of the festival. You all are going to be interviewing festers about their favorite Musikfest memories, right?
Yes. So we wanted to celebrate the in-person Musikfest from the virtual one last year, and we just think Musikfest, community, festers. So we're doing a "What Does Musikfest Mean to You?" segment, and we're just so happy that we get to connect with old friends, make new friends, and really just talk about what Musikfest means to them.
That's very, very cool, and I know you have to go, so I will leave you with the easiest of questions, but possibly the most important one.
Okay.
We talked a little bit about how PNC Bank is there to help not only those small businesses, but individuals with all of their finance needs, helping them through these tough times. How can people find out about all of the amazing services that PNC offers to the community?
Right, so you can visit your local PNC branch, or you can visit us at pnc.com, and all of our services, products, community involvement, it's all right there.
Well, Angela, I cannot thank you enough for finding the time to talk with us. I'm going to let you go so you can get started on that video, and also so you can find some fried food and take a nap under a tree.
I can't wait. Thank you so much.
Yeah, well, thank you all for not napping under a tree right now and for being with us here on this live coverage right before Musikfest kicks off at noon. We're going to take a short break, but when we come back, we're going to have an amazing live performance even before Musikfest starts. So stick around. We will be back in just a few minutes here on Service Electric. Welcome back to our live preview show here at Musikfest 2021. It's the best Monday of the year. You already know that because you're watching this coverage. You know it's Musikfest Monday, and that means we have everything covered here on Service Electric for you. Live coverage on 3 channels, senetwork.tv. Check that out for that full schedule. But I'm Jon Lunger, and I am joined by one of the hundreds of performers here at Musikfest, Kayla Avatabli. Kayla, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Yeah, thank you so much.
We love to have musicians on this welcome show, but universally, all of them remind me that it's early for musicians, and maybe we haven't had enough coffee yet. So we really do appreciate you making the time. I know you just traveled in from out of town. We're thrilled to have you, and this is you've been performing at Musikfest since all the way back in 2016.
Yeah, I am originally from Phillipsburg, this area, so I've been playing gigs in Lehigh Valley since I was 13. I'm 21 now. Not as much since I went to college because I live up in Boston now, but it's always nice coming back and seeing what's going on. So
very cool. And so it's been a couple of years since you've been with us at the fest for reasons that I don't need to explain because everybody is alive and understands what we're living through. But what's it feel like to be back? Are you excited to be with us?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, I've done some like virtual stuff minimally, and it's really like it's kind of weird being in front of an audience again. I'm sure a lot of people have said that. I actually work at a music venue up in Boston, so everyone goes on stage and is like, I haven't played for a year and a half, and now it's like my turn to go on stage and say, oh, I really haven't played for people in a year and a half. So,
well, we appreciate you following through on the cliche, but we're glad to have you performing again. Now, you're playing at the fest today.
Yes.
What stage, what time?
I'm playing Main Street Stage, Night Near Hotel Bethlehem at 1:30.
Very, very cool. So lots of time for y'all to come out, get some lunch, and check out Kayla's performance. What's your favorite part about Musikfest? You've obviously, been here many, many years. What stands out in your mind as you get ready to kind of welcome yourself back to the fest?
I feel like my favorite part about it is that it's a place for people just to gather, and you see a lot of the same people coming around, and just, and it's an opportunity for people to see more local music that they might not know about, other from, they're just not going to the restaurants or the clubs as much or whatever around here. But it's really nice to just see people kind of explore and meet new people, and in addition to like the vendors and things, like supporting small businesses and local artists. I think that's something that's really great about Musikfest.
Yeah.
There's the tiers, and you can see the headliners, but you can also see whatever you want. It's just a really fun opportunity, and also to meet people, because a lot of time you see shows and you feel very removed from the musicians, but here you can actually talk to the musicians and have a conversation and feel like part of the music in a different way.
Yeah, very cool, very cool. Well, you have a song for us on the broadcast. What can you tell us about it?
Well, this is a song I wrote last summer, and I'm sure everyone musician has had a song about the pandemic in some shape or form, and this song is kind of just about being stuck inside and it's called Alanis Neurosis, because I really like Alanis Morissette, and I was like, I like it funny, I guess.
Oh, fantastic. Well, take it away.
All right,
take
thank
it away.
you. Audacious as punk, as nostalgic as indie rock. I wanna be the right kind of peculiar, to figure out what's messed up with this world. I can't take it anymore. I'm elated to be bored and striving for something. I'm really hungry, but I don't know what for. So tell me it's alright, it's existential, and I'm overreacting, my head's not right, so I can't my life be a movie where I don't have to be afraid, where I could be anything I wanna be. I could be free, could be me. So tell me it's alright, I'll get back on my feet. That I'm not really sad, I'm just searching for answers. What's so wrong with searching for answers? What else am I supposed to do? I guess that's the question. It's haunting my insides. Maybe my life is really a movie, but of the horror kind, I'm the final girl just trying to survive. Tell me that I don't have to run away, that I can stand up and face the answers. Oh, where are the answers? Am I delusional? Am I out of control? You know that I prefer both. Out there, I see something waiting for me now. You know that I have to go. I can just keep going till I can no more. You know that it's my only hope. All right.
Kayla Avatable, everybody. Thank you so much for finding some time before your set to join us today. For people who want to learn more about your upcoming shows, your music, how can they find that information out?
You can find me on Instagram and Facebook. I also have a website which is mostly a portfolio, but it has information about me on it. And it's just my first and last name, KAYLA.AVITABILE on Instagram and Facebook.
Fantastic. Kayla, thank you so much. We're going to let you get going so you can get ready for your set. We're going to take a break too, but don't worry, we have more. We've got so much to talk about. Musikfest formally kicks off again today at noon, just a few minutes behind us at Festplatz. You can see some people filling in. So don't go anywhere. We've got so much more here on Service Electric. Stay tuned, and we will be back in just a few seconds. Welcome back, all of my close personal friends. I am thrilled to have you with us for this Fest preview. We start Musikfest off again officially today at noon, and this is your preview show to learn all about the things behind the things that you see here on Service Electric. And while you're down at the festival, I'm Jon Lunger, the Director of Marketing at ArtsQuest, and I'm currently joined by a close personal friend and colleague, Ryan Hell. Ryan, you are the Programming Director at ArtsQuest, and you have your hands in many things, so we've got a lot to talk about.
Yeah.
But first and foremost, thank you for waking up and doing this, because I know you've had many late nights with a lot of the things that you produce. So thank you, sir.
No problem. It's been a great weekend. We did an amazing drag show that I got to produce on Saturday night, a bunch of comedy shows, and it's been an amazing first weekend of Musikfest so far.
Let's talk about that. That was the very first drag show in Musikfest history.
Right.
And the crowd was incredible. It was late night at Steel Stacks. So very, very cool to see. Yeah,
and it's, we regularly produce drag programming at the Arts Quest Center at Steel Stacks now, and that was our regular director, Electra Fierce St. James, a fantastic performer, and she brought, her regular cast and also a guest spot from somebody coming up from Philly. But these are the same drag queens who are on our Golden Girls drag show, and when we reenact Golden Girls shows, scripted readings.
So fun.
It's a ton of fun. We're going to do a Christmas one. The Christmas show will come back right after Christmas this year, but it was amazing to see. It was such a great vibe too, and yeah, I've never seen the town square that packed.
Yeah, it was one of those moments where you felt like something special is happening, and it kind of felt like this could be the beginning of a new Musikfest tradition. And so what a wonderful kind of kickoff to that late night programming. But you were running ragged that night because you were producing that drag show, but you also head up and spearhead all of the comedy programming at Musikfest too.
Yeah, so normally pre-pandemic, whatever, for the past few Musikfests before the pandemic, we had done comedy plots, down in the Ice House, and it was great. We decided not to do that this year, but we decided to have comedy, free comedy, each weekend. So on the Fridays and the Saturdays, and so this coming weekend, same story. We had 4 great shows last weekend. This weekend, it's kind of a good sampling of what we typically do. We've got a game show at 8:45 on Friday, Valley Weird Squares, which is our take on Hollywood squares.
So fun, so quirky.
9 just
ridiculous, over-the-top, insane characters.
Exactly. Yeah. And there's prizes that can be won. If you show up, you could win prizes.
Oh, fantastic.
And then we've got a couple stand-up shows. Tyler Rothrock and Friends on 11:15. That is Tyler's somebody who's been doing comedy with us for years, a Nazareth native. He's been in New York, Philly,
he's been on
all
Service Electric countless times.
Exactly.
We all know Tyler.
Well, I hope you still come.
Fair.
Yeah. And then 9:15 on Saturday, Roya Hamadani and Friends. That's another comic who's come up through our classes also, too. We're the Lehigh Valley's only year-round place for comedy classes, which we'll be getting back to this fall. Roya's incredibly funny, and she's got her friends with her at 9:15. And then 11:15, 2 great improv teams, We're Good, You're Great, and Synced Up will be performing for a show. So that's the lineup for this weekend.
Yeah, and certainly I can't thank you enough. The reason I'm so hoarse is because last weekend I had a comedy show. Matt Candio and I reenact movies. We reenacted Jurassic Park live.
Yeah.
And I got to tell you, I've performed at Steel Stacks a bunch all over the place for comedy shows, but those late night Musikfest crowds are so fun and so appreciative. And what we did for our, spoiler alert, Jurassic Park, it felt like it was so silly, but everybody was there for it. And that's always been my experience. Yeah. It's this cool kind of late night, like wait out the traffic, but see something that you wouldn't otherwise see. And yeah, fun fact, I lost my voice because I was yelling like a goat getting eaten by a T-Rex during those shows. So sorry about that.
Yeah, those crowds are always so fun. And, it's something where, in comedy, I think we all know the late shows, you're always worried about the late shows.
Oh, yeah.
Because those crowds tend to have imbibed quite a bit.
Well,
in comedy
club world. When you
invest
in a Musikfest mug, you need to make sure you get a return on that investment, right?
Yeah, but these crowds, though, I think they're happy to be inside, a little bit of air conditioning after a long day of festing, and then I think they see the work that we've put into the comedy program over the years at Arts Quest. I think they are pleasantly surprised with what they get when they come out, because those shows are always a ton of fun, and everybody, just like yourself, is incredibly talented.
Oh, thank you. That's good. I will pay you off camera. We won't exchange money on camera for that compliment. But you mentioned the comedy program a couple times, and everything is obviously changing, and we're adapting and finding ways to do programming. But we are trying to bring those classes back, so it's a great way to pick up a fun new art form. Maybe find your own voice, build up some confidence for public speaking, whatever that is. Obviously, nothing is set in stone. There's no schedule. There's no plan yet. But Steel Stacks steelstacks.org/comedy
Yep.
is where that kind of lives, right?
Exactly. Steelstacks.org/comedy. I think we'll be getting back to some shows in mid-September. But in the meantime, though, if you've ever wanted to try it out or anything, we have an open mic that's going to be happening on
cool.
Thursdays. Also, Improv Jam, if you want to just kind of try out improv, too. That's a way to do it. And those classes are going to be released. But we've also got some great acts coming to the Music Fest Cafe, too. Preacher Lawson, whom people might know from America's Got Talent.
Sure.
That's on October 3rd. And Heather Land, who is a Southern comic, who a lot of people love, making her Northeast debut. And that's on October 17th. So
Very cool. And
definitely looking forward to those two
tickets
shows.
are available to both of those shows at steelstacks.org/comedy. Very, very cool stuff for sure. But we'll put a pause on that.
Yeah.
Because you and I got to work on something pretty informally, but I'm really excited about it. Because if you go to musicfest.org and you check out the food lineup section of the website, we were able to get a head start in finding some of the vegetarian and vegan options for those that are festing this year. And there are quite a few delicious treats. And I know you are a vegan. I'm going to just announce that on TV. I think that's fine. I feel like you'll be comfortable with that.
Yes.
But what are you excited about this year? What have you eaten so far that it's been like, oh, yes?
Yes. So I'm going to be very excited when Van Pelt Hot Dogs comes back.
They're back.
Yeah, they are back. Oh, that is amazing news because they put together these great field roast hot dogs that are absolutely incredible. They do the great toppings on sprouts, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, it's got a summer slaw. They top it with a red wine Dijon vinaigrette and then that alfalfa sprouts. And it's somehow like super filling and savory, but not heavy.
Yep.
So you can eat as many of them as you want, and it's that's so good.
And of course, you can get the all shucks corn without the cheese. That's a go-to. Island noodles. I've lived off island noodles for a lot of Music Fest. This is my 11th Music Fest, and I think I've had a lot of noodles over that time. And then I feel like there was a grilled cheese, but I'm not sure if it's still here. I'm trying to remember if that grilled cheese was still here.
I'm not sure, but I do have 2 tips for you.
Yeah.
I've had both of these items, and hey, I'm a carnivore, but hey, I'm vegan friendly, and
Sure.
I got to tell you, these are absolutely incredible dishes. The Bull and the Bear Greek restaurant, and has a couple stands, one on the north side, one on the south side, has a vegan gyro.
Oh, that's right. And I had that the other night. I did.
Oh my gosh, and it's chickpeas.
Chickpeas,
right?
tahini, just
So
very
good.
well done, and just very. And I also got their grape leaves too, because they have their grape leaves are vegan, and fantastic grape leaves too there also. So that's always a good go-to. Also, vegans kind of know that typically the Greek spot is going to have something that they can get to. But this year, I would say there's more options than I feel like there's been any other year. When I started here, I don't think there was anything. And that's kind of increased. And then this year, a lot more options.
A lot of them. I've got 2 last things because I know we are running out of time because we have to start the show. Music Fest waits for no one.
It doesn't.
Not even me or you.
No.
But on Main Street, our friends at Rendezvous, the restaurant inside the Moravian Bookstore, have a food truck up there. And they have vegan tempura sushi. And they have some buns and some very, very cool things up
What?
there. Yeah. Oh, it's incredible. One of them is involving like a really cool stuffed poblano pepper. Really, really good stuff. But here, this is going to change his life and yours at home too. If you go to Dinky's on the south side, the ice cream parlor on the south side.
I know where you're going with this.
So they're doing something better than vegan ice cream. Not better, different. They call it a freezy. They take their water ice, they mix it with almond milk, they blend it up, and it is basically a vegan milkshake, and you cannot beat it. It's incredible. I can't do dairy, and I had 2 of them already. They're so good. So good. But we're out of time, and you are speechless. So I'm going to buy him some food. I'm going to buy you some food, too, if you find me at Music Fest. Come say hi. We're out of time. Stick around. We've got so much to cover here at Music Fest. Of course, Service Electric, your exclusive home for live coverage. Thank you so much for tuning in. I love all of you, and I will see you very soon, and I will see you at Music Fest. You okay, bud?
I'm going to get some Dinkies.
Yeah.